Super incognito.
That's right. Super secret. Super secret vape.
Mr. Super Wow.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the warbossfitz channel. I recently had a comment on the tier video that I did 4 or 5 months ago. If you want to, go check that out. And most people didn't get it, that we were kind of doing that all tongue-in-cheek.
Satire.
Yeah. We just kind of did it by what happens here in the garage. Yes, there were some times where we're just like, yeah, whatever, this is the rating, and didn't really care. So I decided we're going to do it again. Hi, once again, we're here for another tier list. I hope you all are ready to get angry. So, I got all the armies labeled here, all the armies written down. Man, there's a lot of armies. See this? See all that? That's every army for Grimdark Future.
For now.
Okay, so let's start at the top. Alien Hives.
S.
Okay, give me a reason. The people want a reason. Tell me why.
It doesn't matter what way you've done it. Every incarnation, they're always hard as hell to kill, and anything they touch dies.
Well, the Alien Hives, I would put them as S as well. They have all the tools. Like, you can build an army list for the Alien Hives to where you can build something that will solve all problems that you can come up against. And the thing is, you could do all of that within one army list. Whatever your point value is, 2,000 points, yeah. 1,000 points, yeah. 3,000 points, 4,000. Like, the higher the point value you get, the stronger the army itself will get. So yes, S is where I'm going to put those.
They're a very Swiss Army knife army.
Yeah, they're a Swiss Army bazooka. You can vape. I'm not good. No one cares.
That's how I hold it.
Oh, okay.
When I'm at the bar on the weekends, I don't have it just showing.
I mean, all cutting cut.
No, I big hand vape.
Okay. There you go. See, none of this is serious.
Super flamboyant.
All right, next is the Battle Brothers. We're going to start off with the base Battle Brothers, the base Marine equivalents. What do you think about the Battle Brothers?
Everything you've done with them so far has kind of sucked.
Yeah, well, like I said in the beginning, like I said at the beginning of the last one, this is just, like, there is no meta with one-page rules. There's no meta, there's no one list that will beat everything. Everything is closely balanced, and I can already hear the furious typing over that one. Everything is balanced. Well, what about my 15 blah, 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 blah?
We're going based on what we've done on the table.
Right. We've done almost every one of these armies. Almost. There's one there. I know there's one that we haven't done. Yeah. We'll get to it. We'll talk. It's in the Battle Brothers lineup. Just we haven't done it. Hasn't come up. So Battle Brothers, I want to put the Battle Brothers at about, we'll put them at a C-. And the reason why I put them at a C-, the meta of our garage is instead of hanging back and firing off heavy rifles at each other, it's shotguns, hand grenades, and punching people in the mouth.
The best version of anything Space Marine Battle Brother, whatever you want to call it, was the Space Bears.
Right, okay, so we'll go there. So Battle Brothers, we're going to give them a C. Let's start off at the beginning here. Blood Brothers! I suck at Blood Brothers. I know some people really do well with Blood Brothers. I personally can't use them because my brain don't compute. But as we've seen on the channel, James showed up with his Blood Brothers and just kicked the crap out of everything. So we'll put the Blood Brothers themselves because they have a massive jetpack influence. They have lots of Strider. They all have Furies, at least Furies. Some of them have Frenzy. We'll put them at an A. Yes. Dark Brothers. I like Dark Brothers. Remember that army that assaulted on turn number 1? Ambushed on turn number 1?
Yeah.
I want to put them at A as well.
I would agree with that.
Because if you take
ambush on turn 1 alone.
If you take the Dark Brother destroyers and you just something fell over, it's fine. It's just a model. It's fine.
It's only like 3 cents worth of resin.
I only got a couple thousand more. But with the Dark Brothers, with their destroyers being able to ambush on turn number 1 and just immediately jump into the enemy space and start smashing, we're going to put that at A, just for the pressure that army puts on stuff. The next one, the Night Brothers. We have not done a Night Brother army.
I have no comment then.
Yeah, we've not done a Night Brother army. We will shortly, so for that, I'm just going to put NA, no rating, we don't know. Watch Brothers. B. Oh, you're just spitting that number. You remember the Watch Brothers?
Vaguely. Do you know how much shit we go through?
I know, the ones that got beat by the Ewoks.
Oh, D. Fail. Oh, God.
The Watch Brothers, the way that we did them, they did not have the numbers to do anything. As soon as, like, the squads themselves were powerful, but as soon as, like, I used the, what were they, the Rebel Guerrillas against them.
Stupid Osama Bin Ladens.
As soon as we were able to out-activate the Watch Brothers, they had no chance. Even if we were only killing, like, 1 or 2 in an activation, we could just chip through the army faster than they could chip through the other one. That's just the way it was. People want an explanation of why I thought the Watch Brothers were bad. There you go.
Because of damn teddy bears.
Because of teddy bears. Yes, blame George Lucas. Why the Watch Brothers are bad in this garage.
I blame him for selling Star Wars. Anyway.
Wolf Brothers! This is your favorite.
A.
Alright, we're going to put Wolf Brothers at A.
Dude, for nothing else, a bullshit.
A bullshit. Yes, they all have the counter rule, which means that they lock down other melee armies. Whenever a melee army comes up against a Wolf Brother army, knowing that you're going to get attacked first, even if you charge them, yeah, it just sucks. So Wolf Brothers, they kind of like take half of the game and make that theirs. So for that, they're gonna get an A.
For the record, the reason I get lost with a lot of these armies already, the amount of videos we actually shoot consecutively comparatively to what you see is very back to back.
Yeah, you guys see a video every week. We'll sit down sometimes on a weekend and we'll shoot 4 at once, just so I can get a backlog of stuff. So because occasionally I like to take days off.
His job doesn't allow him days off, so when he can take days off from this, he eats it up.
Right. So moving on. We're going away from Power Armorless. Blessed Sisters. We haven't seen them a lot. I haven't seen them in a while. I do have a list of them coming up there. Yes. I do have a list of them coming up that is based on the exosuits. I don't think the exosuit play, like mostly exosuit play, is great. I just think it's interesting. I just think it's like a Pacific Rim, exosuits fighting against monsters sort of thing. So I'm going to build that list. Overall, the Blessed Sisters, if like my melee Blessed Sisters list, the one with the fanatics and the bikers, and
That was a good army.
that one was kind of nuts. So
That was like a B+ even.
So I'm gonna I think for the Blessed Sisters, let's just give them a B. They're going to be above Battle Brothers, but they're going to be below Blood and Death, Blood and Death, Murder, Kill. They're going to be below Blood and Dark Brothers. Bing pow boom, bing bang, F your life. So we'll put them there. The next one is the Custodian Brothers. These are the Golden Boys.
That is Henry Cavill's favorite army.
It is. I have my thought. What's your thought on them? Yeah, we haven't run these in a minute.
Yeah, I know. My brains... They weren't bad. They were pretty... Like, their offense was... They had really good defense.
Yeah.
Like, they were really tough. They were hard to kill, so... I mean, they were very defense-heavy from what I remember.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, with the Custodian Brothers, there's just not enough of them. Even when I was using some of the sisters in there to get the flame weapons, and I think I have another list. Again, I have lists built in my mind and on Army Forge. I got a list built with them to where it's all of the sisters, to where it has numbers. But we'll see how that works out when it works out. So that's fine. We're gonna do this unedited. Yeah. So for that, I am going to put them at. I want to put them at D. We'll say D+.
I would give them a C minus because they had really good, like, they're strong on defense.
All right, we'll put C. Well, okay, they'll be the lowest C. We'll put it there.
Little C.
Little C. Little C. Little C. Next is the Dow Union. I just think the Dow Union does not work with our play style.
Nope.
It's just... I've built a couple versions of those. I'm looking over at the wall where I know they are. I've built a couple versions of the Dow Union army, and they just don't work on my table. Other people I've heard have great success with them. But like I said, we like fisticuffs and shotguns.
We are very full charge ahead.
Yeah, we are very don't think, just charge. Hi, guys. Go check them out. Go check out Don't Think, Just Charge. They do a breakdown of other armies, better breakdowns than we do. We're going on vibes here, man. We don't have hard numbers. We go on, hard-fought experience. So for the Dow Union in this garage, are they our first F?
Yeah.
Yes. So in this garage, Dow Union is an F. And I'm not saying Dow Union suck, but they say in this dojo, Dow Union ain't got no place.
It breaks Quando.
All right. Speaking of going fast and punching stuff in the mouth, Dark Elf Raiders.
Oh, were those the ones I really like their crossbows?
That's fantasy. Those are the Dark Elf. The Dark Elf Raiders are the ones that have the nightmares that were on the boats.
Got you. Okay.
Yes.
Official. I like them.
I'm currently printing another one, and the way my ADD works is that whatever I'm currently printing, I'm getting really hyped over. So, right now I have one called the Flying Circus. It's all hoverboard riders and true witches.
Oh,
yeah, it's gonna be interesting, especially because they're gonna be fighting against the Robot Legion. Dark Elf Raiders, I want to give them an A, just because the speed that they can move.
they're all fast.
They're glass cannons, but in one-page rules, if you're a glass cannon and you just kill whatever you're going after, ta-da, you don't get shot back.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Yeah, funny how that works. Next, the Dwarf Guilds, and I specifically wrote down miners. Again, hi Harvey. Hi Harvey. I know you love miners. Okay, yeah, it sounded very To Catch a Predator. But,
hang on, R. Kelly.
he loves miners because they have the tunneler rule and they're able to pop up and they got shotguns and stuff. But
they always die.
Man, on this table they suck.
We have never had success. Hang on, let me phrase this. We've never had a successful squad of miners pop up on the table. There's no phrasing that's going to sound fun.
Even the dwarves in Fantasy and the dwarves in Grimdark Future. If there's a unit called miners, we put it on the board, it just sucks. It is just bad. But
immediately die.
But okay, that's just the miners. But dwarf guilds on their own,
those are fun. Those
are good. I'm going to put those just because, like, if you can get around the slow rule, you could do that with the berserker character. You can do that with bikes. You can do that by putting stuff in transports. If you can get around that slow rule, oh god, they're destroyer suits. If you deck them out for shooting, they're the only destroyers in the game. I would say put guns on them because they just come down full of hate and lemon juice. Just.
When life gives you lemons.
Yeah,
dwarf guilds.
When life gives you lemons, the dwarves are coming to take them.
I would say dwarf guilds, because they do have slow, I'd still put them at a B.
Okay.
But then put a slash, and for miners, put an F.
Yeah, we'll put B for dwarves. Miners, we'll just cross that off.
Dude,
we don't talk about miners anymore. That's how you catch a charge.
Why don't you have a seat with me?
Yeah, let's have a talk. The next one on the list, Elven Jesters. Now, this one... again, this is the first one we've come to that feels like it's not a full army yet.
Was that your Skittles army?
That was the Skittles army. The Skittles army, the Elven Jesters I had did really good, but I think they did really good on accident.
Yeah. I mean, they had a lot of mobility. I'll give them that. But
yeah, I put them all on jet bikes. A lot of the stuff that I have a lot of the thoughts I have with Elven Jesters is they need more units, but of the units they do have, the jet bikes are the best, and everything else is just kind of meh. That's why I built them with the jet bike. So for Elven Jesters, I'll put them at a C.
I've become quite prejudiced against elves.
Yeah, he hates elves, so it's going to be fun going further. So we'll put them at a C. God, we're like a quarter of the way through the list. The next one, the Eternal Dynasties. Then those were the Onis that we just had on the board. We're going on, if we have a current video, we're going on those.
Those guys were fun. I mentioned it in that video, I do believe, that because of how we did with the crocodiles, that would be a fun, or gators, that'd be a fun fight because they're...
Right, we might have a crossover coming up. Well, the way things are going to land, this video is going to be the Wednesday after the Oni video comes out, I believe. If not, you guys are in for an Oni video, and things get interesting there. So, the Eternal Dynasty is the other stuff. It feels like the Eternal Dynasty is what the Dow Union wanted to be.
I can see that.
It's like they have the Oni, they have the battle suits, they have the longer range troops like the Grunt Squad for the Dow Union. It's just like more love and care has been given to the Eternal Dynasty over the Dow Union.
I will say the Eternal Dynasty, like those Onis specifically, because it says Oni.
Yep.
They are tough as hell. When they do hit, it cuts through an enemy squad.
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly give them an A. They are pretty badass.
Okay, so we'll give the Eternal Dynasty an A. So far, the only one we got at S is Alien Hives, and after we get all through it, we'll rejig and see what happens. The next one on the list is the Goblin Reclaimers. I just put down C for now because they're a relatively new army. They're just a couple weeks old at this point. Yeah, he's got no clue what I'm talking about. They split the Orc Marauders. They took the Goblins out and made their own army. Weird. But they did the thing they did kind of like with the other half armies. I feel like they're missing units, or there's units that need to be put in that aren't there yet. But I'm sure they will. Right? Okay, so Goblin Reclaimers, we're just going to put them at C. Like I said, they need more units. Havoc Brothers. Okay, we're going to go through here. The basic Havoc Brothers, they're, in my mind, they're just Battle Brothers without Fearless. So we'll put those at a C minus as well.
Well, without Fearless, there's a lot of room for F up.
Well, but they're a little bit cheaper and all that, so we'll just put them at C minus. Now, yes, I know there's more to them than the Battle Brothers have, but let's be honest, no one's just playing regular Havoc Brothers. Let's talk about the different gods here. The Change Disciples. Now, we have not played these yet, and that's another one. It's on my list of stuff to come up, and it's ugly. Like you gonna be mad?
Again, I see change. My brain immediately goes to change demons.
Change demons, yes.
And I hated you for weeks after that.
Yes.
Still kind of do.
Yes. So for Change Disciples, we haven't played it, but I see the power there. We're gonna put that again, just because we haven't seen it on the table. I'm gonna put it at a B. That's as high as I could do something that's untested in this dojo. Next, Lust Disciples. I have played this one. I don't think you've played this one. Lust Disciples are, they're really fast. Really fast. And being fast in one-page rules is good.
You make fast people look not fast.
Yes, they make fast people look like slow people. So, again, I've played them. We haven't seen them on the channel just on their own. So we'll do a B, because again, I can see the power. Next, Plague Disciples. You've played the Plague guys a lot. Against the Plague guys a lot. What do you think?
I have nothing negative to say about them, honestly.
Okay.
I wish I would have played them better. They're tough. They have... The army size itself is phenomenal. And it's one of the few armies that, even though it's built wide, it's still pretty tall.
Right, yeah. We have different terminologies for armies. I normally like building an army wide. That means taking crap and just taking a lot of it. And then we have tall armies, where you don't take much, kind of like the Onis, where you take few models, but they're all good. Oh, what are you going to get?
Drugs.
So while he's walking over there, I'll talk some more. Let's see here. With the Plague Disciples, what are you looking for?
Magdogs.
Oh, I don't know where they are.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's like 5 of them. You should.
They're over there somewhere. Don't worry about it. This is about Grimdark Future, not about fantasy.
It was going to be an example, like a good example of wide versus tall.
Okay, well, stop getting hard on for the magma dogs. Nobody watched that video. If you want to see power in Age of Fantasy, there it is. But I guess the 400 people that watched it so far, they only they know.
I don't get. I mean,
I'm fine with that. If people want to be ignorant to the power of the volcanic dwarves, that's on them. So, yeah, Plague Disciples. We're going to go ahead and give them we'll put them at an A for now. This is a big change from what it was in our last video, but we've seen it. We've seen some changes there. War Disciples. Again, this is not one I think that you've done. But imagine the Blood Brothers, except with more angry. Less jump pack, more angry.
If we're going based on that, I would have to just, assumption-wise, I'd say B.
Yeah, we'll do B for the War Disciples.
Again, I don't have too much to say on that. Haven't done them.
Most of the army having Furious. Well, all the army having Furious. Some of them having Frenzy.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I said, they're just like the Blood Brothers, except more angry, less jump pack. So, okay, there you go. You got B. You got B for now. The next, one of your favorites, the High Elf Fleet.
Anyone in particular?
Let's talk about the Elementals, as they were the last one we did.
He hates folks. I spent how many games trying to beat them?
I think it was like 5 games.
Yeah. They were damn near indestructible.
Yeah.
I can't even, like, I'm not even trying to be funny when I say I thought of everything. What army was it that finally took it out?
I don't remember.
There's a video on it.
I think it was kind of taken out on a technicality. I know I was playing them, and it was one of those where like the dice just said no that day. But either way,
I would have to put them at an S simply because they've just...
Yeah, we're going to say High Elf Fleet is going to be an S.
Hot knife through butter.
And again, I can feel the hate comments starting. But they're only 12-inch range with their gun. Yes, they are. They are. That's fine.
Trust me when I say, I went through it with 4 or 5 freaking games. The 12-inch range did not matter.
Right, and then even their normal the blinking guys, the guys that teleport, they ambush, they teleport, they have 2 shots apiece at AP4. Ridiculous! If you make an army out of those, no one will like you, but you'll win. Okay, moving on. Human Defense Force. The humans.
I loved the rockets.
Okay.
Those alone made the army, for me, at least a B, but the rest of the army was kind of basic.
Okay, well, the Human Defense Force...
Let's talk about tanks.
Yeah, the Human Defense Force. I want... for me, they're almost S tier. Because they're just like the alien hives. They have, their Swiss Army bazooka. You can build those... You want a 20-man squad that never runs away because they're technically undead, or they have, no retreat rules? The undead rule. Yeah, you can have that. You want to have super heavy battle tanks? You got that. You want to have walkers that run across the board and go ooga booga as they punch stuff in the mouth? We got that too. So I'm going to put the Human Defense Force at an A+. That's fair. For now. We'll go back through.
We're not going to agree on it.
We're not going to go back through. So next, I put Inquisition ? That's not even an army. Go bikers outside. Welcome to Michigan when it warms up above 40. Bikers everywhere. So Inquisition, it's not even an army. Just an A on that one. It's like 2 units and the assassins, which you can't even take them all because you only take 4 heroes. Whatever. Next, I put Prime Brothers, all types of Prime Brothers, just because they all kind of fall into the same category for me. There's not enough of them to do anything. Oh, I can feel the hate again. Again, this is all what happens here. It could work out in the world with you, but for me, Prime Brothers on this board, I look at that going, well, they're going to lose.
I'm not even going to BS. I'm drawing a blank on a Prime Brother.
They're the 2-up save Battle Brothers.
Got it.
I did the Space King with them.
Got it.
Yeah, we had a couple different types of Prime Brothers in there. So for Prime Brothers, here comes the hate. They're a D. We're going to put the D on that one. Prime Brothers, just they ain't enough of you.
He just loves being a heel.
Yep. We've long enough in the video, I'll be that asshole. I'll say, Prime Brothers, you suck. Next, Retman.
With or without the big drill?
That's part of the army.
I like him.
On a scale of A, S to...
I couldn't put him over a B, though. I couldn't. They're good, but they're not that good. They're strong. They got good numbers. They got good weaponry, but their armor, like their, was it like 4 up saves are just terrible.
I'm gonna put Ratman clans in a B as well because the Ratman clans, and I'm gonna lump these two together. Okay, here comes the hate again. I'm gonna lump the Ratmans and the Rebel Guerrillas together. I'm gonna say they're both Bs, and the reason why I'm gonna say they're both Bs is because they are the let's throw this at the wall and see if it sticks army. They both have, like, you can take tons of them. You can go into, like, specialized troops. You can have ambushing battle drills. You can have a bunch of Ewoks flying out of the sky getting led by C-3PO to beat the Night Brothers or beat the Watch Brothers to death. It happens.
He has the C-3PO model of somewhere of him in the chair, and he had to take it out of the army because it just didn't fit.
Yeah, it's to the point out here that whenever, like, I know kind of where things are, but if I go, I want to look at this army, it takes like 5 minutes for me to find them.
They're like right here.
I got all this. I got armies over there. I'm building shelving over there. That whole dresser that you might not be able to see behind me, that's all full of armies too.
Eventually, there's this whole there's a desk or like a countertop behind you.
That's all going to be shelving too.
If we can get certain people to not clutter it.
Right. Yes, and being springtime, I have to fight everybody out of here. Let's put it in the garage. No, you won't. Get out of my garage. All right.
It's a tale as old as time, buddy.
Okay, so B's on both of those. Hate me if you want. Next is the Robot Legion. The last one that we had wasn't a very good showing. It's kind of a spoiler for the video coming up, but I don't think that was the Robot Legion's fault. I built a weird list, and the dice just, again, said no in that game.
I will also say, again, spoiler alert, if this comes out before that video.
It will.
That the mission itself did not help you with that.
Yeah, we ran an advanced mission, an attack-defend mission, and apparently Robot Legions are not supposed to be the defenders, at least not in that mission in particular. So, but overall, Robot Legions, even though they used to be S-tier back when... before the changes to regeneration, all that kind of stuff. Now, I want to put Robot Legion at... I want to put them at an A for right now.
Fair.
They've got interesting stuff. They've got firepower. They've got a lot of ambush stuff in the army. They're slow, but they have ways around it. Yep.
What? Oh, Soran Starhost. It looked like sausage stiff. Okay.
Making fun of my handwriting. Okay, so...
Parkinson looking.
Next one is the Soran Starhost. Our lizards with laser guns.
I will never not love Saurians.
Yep, he's going to say S just because he loves dinosaurs.
A. I can't put them in an S simply because they just don't.
Saurians, because we've used so much other stuff, I see a whole lot of the power in other stuff, and I see that lack of power in the Soran Starhost's, like, core troops.
I mean, I guess it depends on what you're going for. If you're going for the actual... okay, if I'm being impartial, I'm going based on the fact that they're big-ass dinosaurs.
Right.
Those things, amazing. A. The troops themselves on foot with guns, B.
I want to put the Soran Starhost at overall, we'll go B. Overall.
Like I said, if the big dinosaurs, those are A's. Like
Right.
Was it Dreadnought Titan?
The Dread Titan, yeah.
Dread Titan, you got the Ankylos, the Rexes. Those are A because they are just ripped through your army. But the actual troops, the grunts with the guns, they're just kind of basic lizards with guns.
Yeah, and again, I got another army list coming up, which is all gecko-based, which is either going to really work, because there's going to be a lot of them, or just fall on its face. Either way, it'll be interesting. Next, we went out of order because I forgot how to read. My dyslexia took over as I was going down the list. Machine Cult. So we're going back into the alphabet. Machine Cult. I have thoughts.
Go ahead.
Okay, Machine Cult. I want to put Machine Cults at a C because they're almost there. They've got some cool shooting, but they've got some cool guns. But the guns that are there are on expensive platforms. They have some melee stuff, but the melee stuff that's there is on expensive platforms, like the Tickle Finger Priests. Again, the stuff we use to refer to stuff. There's some kind of priest unit. The Tickle Finger ones, the ones that have shock, they are really cool. I like them. But in my mind, they're a bit expensive, especially when you add a character on, give them something they should have already, or if you put a character on there to make them fast. They'd be better in a transport, but then the transports are real expensive. And then you have the sect guys. The sect guys, I was talking with somebody on Reddit or on Discord, I forgot, but he's like, what should I do with this army list? I had two squads of 5 sect warriors. I'm like, well, take your character that you have leading your combat destroyers. And but you didn't put the weapons. I was like, I hope they have plasma guns on them, just because it's funny. The plasma cannons, just because plasma cannons are funny. An AP4 Blast 3 weapon, yeah, that's funny.
That's just mean.
But I was like, get rid of him. Plasma cannons gonna do what they do. Take a sect champion or sect hero, give him psalms to give him +2 to movement. Give him the stalkers because they're already fast. Put them in the squad of stalkers. Next thing you know, you have a very fast unit. 2 text piece, AP1 with rending, with Strider that move 20 inches, 18 inches a turn. Yeah. I was like, this unit is your meets missile. This is the unit that you body check somebody with from across the board on turn number 1.
You do realize that I've seen cokeheads with less energy than what you just read off.
Yeah, like, I love the Machine Cult. I love the Mechanicus. I love the Machine Cult. I wish it was. It's like I said. It's almost there. Almost there. You just tweak it, just a hair.
You would think this dude's favorite movie was Terminator growing up. Funny enough, it was Jurassic Park, and he shows way less enthusiasm about dinosaurs.
What can I say? I turned into a gearhead.
I'm here for it.
So Machine Cult. I'm going to give them. I'm going to give them a C plus because, like I said, they're almost there. Almost there. Next, I'm going to shut my mouth on this one. Orc Marauders. What do you think about the Orcs?
They suck. They do. They die so quick. Dude, I smacked Jawhacker in the face every turn. They're a D. Maybe it's a C minus, but dude, they suck.
See what I got to live with.
He can't deny it though.
Yes, my Orc. The funny thing is, the Orc Marauders that I play off camera are great. I play them on camera. Just everything just goes to shit immediately. So
when you first moved up here, I did play certain things with you before you started your channel, and he's not kidding. The Orcs, he kicked my ass a few times with them, but.
I take my Orcs to play at other people's houses, and I'm like, I'm not going to record. And then all of a sudden, the Orcs just rip through everything, and then I bring them here, and the Orcs go.
They have performance issues.
That's right. They're camera shy. So again, but by the rules, this is how it goes on the table, and I'm going to have to say on this table here, they are D. As much as I love the Orcs, we're not going to meme it this time. Even though in my mind they're an S, they'll always be an S. On this table, they are a D. On every other table, they're at least an A+.
It's just breaking his ever so small heart. Trying to. You have the Grinch's heart.
Goodbye, Orcs. I loved you. Next, Soul Snatchers. Again, by the rules of what happens, we're doing it by judging by what happens on this table. Soul Snatchers just are bad. But I have played against Soul Snatchers. Like right now, I am playing in the UK Tabletop Simulator tournament they're having. And Dave from Don't Think Just Charge. Again, hi Dave. I keep referencing you guys because you're the other channel that does this stuff. He kicked the crap out of me with the Soul Snatchers. So,
from what we've experienced, they're just terrible.
From what we've experienced, again, same logic as the Orc Marauders. We're going to put those at a D.
Comically bad.
Just because on this table they've sucked, but they have been good other places. Titan Lords.
Hi, Dave.
Yeah, hi, Dave. Titan Lords.
The only time we've used them was actually at that really big game at John's shop.
Yeah, and then when I played the Titan Lord video last year,
We're talking about the big smash 'em up derby.
the big smash up derby, like
Evan loves.
I ran one round of that game, and then I was like, "Oh, these are not going to work." So I turned that into a narrative fun thing. Titan Lords.
They're honestly, weirdly enough, they're D, because even when we did the big army, at John's shop, they didn't do nothing.
Yeah,
Brandon unfortunately got stuck with like a weirdly. You would think it would work.
I took I gave him 5,000 points of Titan Lords. So here, have fun. He did not have fun.
So the way he's a friend of mine, and John, no, Scott.
Yeah,
you have too many people. It was me, Brandon, and Scott, and we came up with the idea of, hey, put a Titan on each objective, and we'll defend these objectives. No. Medea showed up and slapped a Titan with a broom.
Yeah, Titan Lords, there's no way I can take them seriously as like a competitive thing because you don't have enough of them to care. If someone brought Titan Lords, I wouldn't even have to shoot them, and I would probably still win the game because I would outscore them on objectives as long as there were more than 3. If it's a 5 objective game, I don't even care to shoot you. I'm just gonna stick around the objectives, and you're not gonna be able to take stuff.
No, they're comically bad for what they should be. They're comical.
Yeah, like if you for a 2,000 point game, you might be able to get 4. And that's not that's the small ones. If you took like 2 of the big ones and you played even on 3 objectives, I wouldn't even shoot at you. Because I would have enough bodies to just take your damage for 4 turns. I would just sit on all 3 objectives and I would win 2-1.
Yeah, like I said, for what they are, they're almost a meme army.
Yeah, Titan Lords right now, F. Titan Lords, anything less than 5,000 points, don't take them. Anything even after that, after 5,000 points... That's a fun game, but competitive-wise, I wouldn't worry about. Now, we are at the last big chunk, Wormhole Demons, and we're going to start off with the Change Demons.
No, I refuse.
Change Demons are assholes. That's why they get an A. A is for asshole.
Dude, you can almost put them at S. Almost. I hate them. I hate them with an absolute... I hate them almost as much as the Elemental Elves. But I cannot deny the fact that the premises of the army, you can't kill them.
You kill them, it gets worse.
It's like, they attack, they die, another set shows up, they attack you again.
Yep. Yeah, it was, I had like rolling activations going where I would attack with a unit, then he would kill that unit, then the unit would come back as a blue, the pink horrors would die, they'd come back as blue horrors and attack pretty much a second time in the same activation. So like turns 1 and 2 were just, I double activated the whole army pretty much.
It drove me crazy.
And then he just stopped shooting at them because he just knew it would be worse if he kept shooting. You almost got him. Almost. But either way, we're going to put those at A.
I know Scott was rooting for me. I let him down.
A for...
Sorry, Scott.
Do not trust Change Demons. Change Demon asshole.
I hope he leaves it in the next video, or the last video with the Onis. His bloopers for trying to say that we have a tournament was amazing.
Oh, I did. It's terrible. Like I didn't even look at that to edit it because I knew it was going to be that bad.
I had to physically step in and go, "We are having a tournament in Flint, Michigan."
Yep. We'll talk about that at the end. Next is the Lust Demons. This one, they were good. We played these in Age of Fantasy. They ended up playing against the High Elves.
I honestly don't remember that one too much.
Well, the Lust Demons, they have the advantage of being fast. They don't have much AP. They do have Overload, where if they hit on a 6, I think it's 2 more hits or it's 2 more attacks. It's pretty much... I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's like double Predator. So, we'll give them a B. They are fast. They can get places, but they don't have much stopping power when they get there. If you're fighting against somebody who has a lot of high defense, like a Battle Brother, maybe it's not that great. But if you're fighting against somebody like the Human Defense Force and you catch them outside of a transport, yeah, they're going to rip through it. So, toss up B. Plague Demons.
my brain's it's,
Yeah, Plague Demons. I'm gonna put Plague Demons at we'll say B+.
I got nothing negative to say about them. That's for sure. It just again, we have so many videos. My brain, you remember all this? It's like,
well, yeah, because
you're Rain Man for this
because your interaction with the army is like 4 hours on a Saturday. My interaction with the army is the entire week leading up to that.
So,
because I print and paint and everything in a week. So yeah, we'll put Plague at a B+ because I feel like it does have more stopping power than the Lust Demons do. It has more AP. It's got better attacks in certain spots. A little tougher, but things can still die in the Plague Demon army. I wouldn't say complaints, but I know where the weaknesses are there. Last thing on the list, the War Demons, and we have not played this one because the War Demons that I printed just suck. They've been breaking. It was right before I switched over to ABS resin, and now they are living broken in one of the drawers down in the basement as I'm slowly stealing their bases back.
So for that, look at S tier.
I do have a War Demon army coming up that is based around the Beast Riders because I love Juggernauts. So for that, we'll just put NA on that one. Just because. TBD. There we go. That's a good to be determined. So we'll leave that one up in the air. Okay, so we've compiled stuff and we've found our top 5 armies. The top 5 armies as of, well, this is going to be coming out in June of 2025. At the top, we have Alien Hives, High Elf Fleets, Change Demons, Eternal Dynasty, and the Dark Brothers. For this table, those are the top 5.
No, A+ is what's in there. Okay, I was like, as I saw a couple more in there that you didn't put, but yep, never mind.
Yes, so those are the highest ranked A's and S's. Yes. So there we go. Done. That's it for the current 2025, June 2025 tier list. As of this dojo, that's what it says on the door. These are rankings. Please feel free to yell at me in the comments. I love it.
Please. Someone share this to a one-page rules Facebook group. Please.
Yes, their comments were so great. Last time I'm like, guys, it's just, woo.
Not that serious.
They take everything so seriously over there.
OPR is not supposed to be competitive. It's not.
Right, it's not. It's just a fun video. You're ruining the game by making things seem competitive.
Rats. There's an army of fucking teddy bears. Oh no, we're being super competitive in here.
We're being super serial, for real. Okay. Well, what we got coming? We got the tournament coming up in August. Hey, I said tournament this time. In Flint, Michigan. All the details are on the Discord where you can come check it out. We're using Harvey from Don't Think Just Charge. We're using his application to sign up for the tournament. I think officially we only have like 4 or 5, but I know in our group I have another 6 that just are computer illiterate and just haven't hit the damn button. I know they're showing up because I'm going to make them show up. Yeah, he's included. Tons of prizes. I on top of all the other stuff we're doing, I'm getting prizes together for that. And there might be some. If you show up, you're walking away with something. We'll put it that way. Check out the merch shop down in the description below. We got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got stickers, we got aprons, all kinds of fun stuff.
Summer cookouts, you need a War Boss apron.
Yeah, and I think that is it right now. Yes, that is it. We have a Patreon that if you don't want to be a YouTube member, you can join the Patreon. It's pretty much the same thing. I post stuff. I post videos when they're done. I post them on YouTube memberships and the Patreon. So if you want to see stuff as soon as it's ready, and I use some of you members, you help me find typos and stuff. Thanks, guys. I'm half dyslexic, I swear. Most of the time I'm editing at 2 a.m. So yeah, that is it, guys. Again, give me your evil I hate you comments. I love it. And I hope you guys are having fun playing OPR wherever you are. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.